Fang King in the house with another 10th anniversary Dokkan battle video. I know your boy's been gone. Life has just been hitting me with one left and one right, one left and one right, and I'm just trying to roll with the punches, man. But your boy is back. We're here with a Fuse Fighters versus the Battle Hardened foes. I guess that's what they call it, Battle Hardened foes. Stage 4. So, well, stage 9. Stage 9 movie. I think it's like movie fight 4 or whatever they want to call it. I read it in Japanese, so sue me. I can't read Japanese, but did want to give you guys a little bit of an update. Why your boy's been gone. Had a little bit of some issues within my family, so I've been trying to handle that. Just trying to get that stuff situated. Your boy had his teeth pulled. That crap hurt, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Do not ever get toothaches, bro. Those things are just built different, bro. Built different. Like, it felt like I was just getting Tatsumaki'd in the face the entire time, and it was so unbearable, man. So unbearable. But I'm doing better. I'm doing what I need to do. So that's always a plus. Just being on the better side of good rather than being on the bad side of bad. But this fight, I'm not gonna lie, this was a re-recording that I had to do because I did record my second run through. Because my first run through, I just wanted to try it out, and I was trying it at work. I got bodied while I was at work, but essentially I understand, like, when I'm at work, I ain't really got that mindset to pay attention. However, when I got home, I tried it again just for the fun. I didn't think I would beat it. I ended up beating it. So, like, I didn't end up getting the recording, so I needed to go ahead and record this. So this is like a recording of a run that I did at work. Um, it. I'm not even gonna sit there and say that it was hard. When I tell you RNG was just playing with me the entire time, man, just playing with me. Like, this was the bane of my existence, and for some oddball reason, the GT boys just was not doing it. And yo, like, it was beyond confusing to me. The orb drops was just terrible, so I wasn't getting orbs like I needed to in a lot of this run, but it was still pretty challenging. I still had fun. Like, I was pretty much laughing at the entire time. The GT boys were like selling me, and I'm glad that I'm not like the Dokkan player I used to be, because I crash out quick. But I didn't need to crash out. It didn't make any sense to do so. It wasn't necessarily really hard. One of the runs that I did before this run, I had gotten all the way to the final person, which is Broly, and I got into the AGL phase, and you'll see as we get further on in the video, once we get to that fight, well, actually, you won't see it because I didn't even allow him to do anything. But that's beside the point. He has an AOE ultimate. So essentially, in this run, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even give him a chance to super, because that run prior, I got caught, and it was freaking ridiculous. Now, I will say my first run on this, man, I had the luck of the Irish behind me, bro. You would have thought this was that Disney Channel movie for real, because I had people on my team. I have people who really only have 10 points invested in dodge, and they were dodging a lot. Like I was getting a lot of clutch dodges, and one of the clutch dodges just so happened to be, oh, excuse me, just so happened to be when I was fighting Broly. So it played out, it played out really well. I did like the way this fight went in terms of just overall like play style. I'm happier with how I did this one, especially since I did get to highlight, the year sevens and how good they are now. Like they're freaking amazing, and all of these battle sprites they've been cooking up has been flames, man. Flames. I can't wait to see a new Gotenks one. In the comment section below, comment who you would like to see a new battle sprite from. And if you made it this far in the video, I know it's only been 5 minutes, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Please like, comment, and subscribe for that wonderful dodge you just seen my boys pop off with. So I will say I did completely re-kit the year sevens finally. I Me and my boy, we both firmly agree most of the easy A's or 10th year units, they need to have dodge. With the way these units are hitting, they need to have dodge. And it can't just be, oh, when I get to a certain point. They need it just baseline. So my tech gods have 18 dodge, and I believe the GT boys are sitting somewhere between 15. They're sitting somewhere between 15 and 20. I can't remember entirely off the top of my head. In a future video, I'll make sure to show the spreadsheet of what they look like, of where my points went into. But I felt that prioritizing dodge with a lot of these units was imperative. The Fuse Fighter team, for me personally, I freaking enjoy this team. This is like, it shot up to like my top 3 teams to use in the game. It's just, it's so techy. Like it's so techy to the point where, I get why they made it as hard as they did, because you could do so much extra crap with this team, and it's just unfair how much damage you can output. So like, just having that in your back pocket is just freaking ridiculous. Like the AGL Vegeta and Goku Gogeta card, and even this Vegito, like I never had to use Vegito in this entire run. Like, he was just there. He stayed Goku the vast majority of this fight. This man never seen a fusion. Now, I can't say the same for the AGL Vegeta, but I was like, yeah, I didn't even want to deal with the fact that this man was here, so I was just like, yeah, let me go ahead and fuse on, because I was already frustrated, because I was like, look, if you super me one more damn time, we gonna have beef, bro. Like, I was 38 hot, because I was like, why the hell can't this man tank a hit? Like, is it just me, or am I tripping? Like, this man cannot tank a hit to save his freaking life. And I'm just like, yo, give me a little bit of some reprieve. They wasn't even giving me that. So, as you can see, he was just trying to launch it straight out. And I was just like, yeah, screw this. Screw it. Win button activated. Win button activated. But this has always been such a gorgeous animation. Gorgeous animation. And then, like an idiot, I had forgotten to charge my earbuds, so I know there isn't like actual game sound, which that's on me because I didn't have my earbuds, so you guys can't really hear the game sounds. But I do hope you guys enjoy the soundtrack that's behind it. Sometimes you don't really need to hear them talking. Like, let's be honest, we hear them talking 365 at this point. Like, if you play this game as much as I do, trust you hear this, you hear the damn AO, you hear the damn clink clink as many times as you probably see your ceiling. But I digress. This Frieza, this one, I will say the Frieza was a unique fight. Beerus, Beerus was alright. Just as a concept, Beerus' fight was alright. I personally, like, I had more fun with, like, the Frieza and the Broly portion of the fight. Because, like, right here, Frieza pretty much can do, like, a crap ton of damage and then whittle you down, and then you get to the next stage, and until you start dealing damage to him, he does a crap ton of damage. So, like, this man is, like, gotten rid of me on, what, one hits several times. I did it with different teams. He could just hit really freaking hard. I think he hit me for 1.1 million in one run that I was doing. It was ridiculous. And mind you, I haven't looked up any of his stats, anything that he actually does in game. I've just been watching it. I've just been playing it all off of my own experience. So this is just going in blind. So even my second time going in, I went in blind. And first time, pretty sure it was either Beerus or Frieza actually packed me up. It was one of the two. But I know for a fact I got supered by both of them before I even made it through. Was not fun. STR, and by the way, can we give STR Gogeta like a hand clap? Because it's nice to see this man come back from all the way back from year 1 and is basically rocking with us in year 10. This man is half man, half amazing when it comes down to the freaking damage, dude. Like, being able to just attack lower, defense lower, and be super effective against all types every time he's hitting was just nasty. It definitely hinders you at the same time if you're trying to stall out in some of these fights, because this team moves very fast. So if you're trying to stall out, it's very hard to, because they just do incredible amounts of damage. So for me, my strategy was to keep STR Gogeta on rotation for as long as I could possibly keep him on rotation for before I hit my knee on my desk before I needed to rotate him off, so that he could actually be away from things like this fool. Because yeah, I had to really decide what I wanted to do here. A lot of this was just touch and go type situations, because I was like, I don't feel like dying here. It was not my intentions to be out here dying, because I really wanted to get these videos up. I know I've been away for way too long. A couple days, I understand. It seemed like it's probably been a week since I dropped the video, and I ain't trying to be like that. So as you can see, his attack already started to drop. So the more damage you do, the less damage he does. So it's kind of just going like how the fight between him and Blue Goku went, where yeah, he was getting hit, but the more he got hit, the weaker he got, because he was wasting stamina trying to keep up with Goku. Even though, you know, now he is far surpassed Goku. But, you know, Goku's been trying. He's been trying. Damn, wait, hold up. Yeah, the GT boys popped off. I ain't paid that much mind to them when they were doing their thing. They did their thing. Alright. So, I will say during the time frame that I was, you know, down and as bedridden or dealing with family stuff, I did sit down and binge watch all of Daima. I did not watch it while it was airing. I waited until it was done, and I binge watched it all. It was worth my time, and that's something that I'm very happy to say. It was worth my time. Um, all of the jokes that they put in there were pretty funny. They actually, you know, elicited a laugh out of me. It wasn't forced laughter. I was very happy about that. A lot of the animation was done phenomenally. Excuse me, can't speak. Um, I will say like one of my favorite fights from the entire thing doesn't even have to do with like Goku or Vegeta. Like, yeah, seeing them get Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta getting Super Saiyan 3, and Goku getting Super Saiyan 4 in both his mini and non-mini state was awesome. But Majin Ku, no, Majin Du, Majin Du versus Tamagami 1 was freaking awesome. That fight was freaking awesome. I don't know why, I just liked watching it. Tamagami 2 versus Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or Vegeta period. I would say that fight was so much better than Goku versus Tamagami 3. Like, it was just awesome. The fact that they, you know, Tamagami 2 was basically forcing people not only to fight him, but have to deal with the Kraken at the same time. So, like, you basically had some, like, low-key Mortal Kombat, you know, oh, this is, you got this off in the background, you gotta worry about, like, don't get uppercut into the background. Like, it was kind of dope to see that there was this extra little bit of, like, gravity to the fight, rather than it always just being what it is, which is, you know, like I had told a lot of my friends, you know, when you see one thing, one Dragon Ball, like, form of media, you've seen it all. It's just a bunch of screaming for 5 minutes, and then some people throwing their hands. But it was nice to see that there were, like, little added things. So they got to actually, you know, interact with the arena rather than just fly through it and get put through rocks and stuff like that. It was just cool to see something else interacting in the fight. So my hat's off to the late great Akira Toriyama. Thank you for giving us something wonderful, and may you rest in peace. And may Toyotaro make sure your love child continues to flourish. And if I ended up mispronouncing or possibly misnaming the man, I apologize. I'm not good with names. I'm only good with names when I have to remember them, and I don't like to even remember voice actors' names, for the love of God. I remember the ones I remember. I'm just that guy. But it doesn't mean I don't love anime any less. Doesn't mean I don't love anime any less. So don't come for me in the chat. Don't come for me in the comments. It ain't that serious. You ain't gotta press me like that. It's okay. Thought we were friends. You don't gotta do that. But back to Daima. So essentially, like, it was cool seeing that Neva, that man's a troll. Like, that man was a legitimate troll. Like, it didn't make any sense how this man was just involved in so much crap, and just because he wanted to see the world burn, not necessarily the world, but Goma, he wanted to see everything with Goma just go bad. So he just helped the same people that he just screwed over. And it just made me laugh the entire time, because I was like, this man legitimately switched sides on Goma because they was being nice. And when you really think about it, Neva helped him making them kids. And he was just like, yeah, I did that. Yeah. Hey, yeah. But hey, if I can help you, and they just let him help. But you know what? Homie was one of the most useful side characters I have seen in a long damn time. Like, I know there's probably some people that like Jocko, and people that probably read the manga, so Jocko's done a little bit more in the manga. But, like, Jocko, in terms of just character-wise, but sometimes this boy is just useless, or if he is a boy, or whatever. whatever he is, he alien. But still, useless. Useless. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get stuck here because I didn't want to move. I didn't want to lose. Like, I knew I needed to lose Gogeta here because next turn I knew I was gonna kill him, and I didn't want him to get stuck on rotation. That was the plan. It did not go that way. So I could have held him there for an extra turn, which would have been nice. Definitely would have been nice if I'd have held him there for another turn. But like I said, it didn't do no harm, no foul. It definitely glad I just had things set up ahead of time, so I didn't really have to stress because I kept the the Vegeta, the AGL Vegeta on rotation, so that just you'll see, and when it comes up, I'll have my Vegeta come in, and then I have both fusions, like both Vekus activated. So I was able to just do what I needed to do. It was actually pretty seamless. But back to Daima. Like I said, he was just a massive troll. But I will say, Goma, and just, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I'm done on Neva. Neva, he did his thing. I'm glad he was a very good supporting character. Pansy was a good supporting character. Glorio, I guess I'll say I wish he did more. Like, he looked really cool when he was fighting Goku. I wish he did a little bit more though. I wish he did just a tiny bit more. I know he was involved in the fight with Goma and stuff like that, but I wish they gave him just like a little bit of extra. Maybe gave him a new power up or as time went along. But I know I'm asking for a little bit too much. So I just left it at that. Goma, that man was a problem. Like, and that was the funny part. He wasn't a problem until he got that third eye. But to even see that that lady had more of them at the end, I was like, boy, these people don't learn their lesson from nothing. They just keep all the strong-ish around them. They just don't give a crap. Just zero F's to give. Just keep all the strong near me. That was their idea. Keep all the strong-ish near me. It didn't make no damn sense. None whatsoever. I was like, yeah, no wonder y'all be going into like freaking turmoil. Y'all just be having things just laying around. That's what you cannot have those things laying around, bruh. Just sitting in the back, two extra ones in the jar. So that means the Pansy's dad could have one, and then the like Demon King of the second realm should have one. All three of them should have one. Goma was the only one, and that's what really got me. I just could not get over that. I was just like, yo, somebody done got robbed. I'd be pissed if I was one of the kings. I'd be pissed. Gotta hydrate. I've been talking for 20 minutes straight. This is just wonderful feelings. But like I said, I'm gonna flip one of these Gokus around, one of these Vegetas around, which happens to be the friend, and I'm gonna Veku the hell out of him because you was not doing no damage, none whatsoever. I was like, yeah, did I want him? I didn't know who I wanted to keep, so I was like, screw it. I'm gonna just go ahead, swap it out, and use Veku. I mean, this will be the only time you ever see a man trip over his thighs and actually do damage. It's still freaking hilarious. Look at that man. He ate too many donuts and said, up, trip right over the thighs. Sent them flying. Now, the only saving grace to this fight is that all of these people are freaking squishy. That is the only saving grace. And it is always a pleasure to see these two transform into their new ability, into the blue form. And I'm not even gonna lie, even the battle sprite for this is freaking crazy. Is awesome, but man, did they make all their key take up the entire screen. And I had no idea why they did that. They was just like, yeah, let it take up the whole screen. Like, so went for that. setup for Vegeta didn't have to really do much. This is just a free turn. I could just get my damage in. I was like, I want to move around, see what I wanted, but I wanted my Gogeta there just in case for some oddball reason I was able to survive next turn. And the thing I didn't want to happen happened, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. STR Gogeta ended up in the spot where I didn't want it, which is around freaking AGL units, especially this damn Broly, because that man hit me for a 2 mil super, which messed up my first run when I got all the way over here. So I was pissed. I was like, I do not want him here. So I was like, this turn in itself is the penultimate turn of the match, because I do a vast majority of his health this turn. And it was such a wonderful run. It was such a wonderful run. If I got supered, I was able to either counter it, do whatever I needed to. I was able to get away before I got supered. All of it worth it. Every single last bit of it worth it. So again, as I said, at the 6-minute mark, I'm gonna say it now. 20 minutes later, if you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, comment down what unit you would like to see a new battle sprite from. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be Chaozu, TN, Broly, name it. You name it. Because they've been really working on these battle sprites, and I'm really kind of glad that they started to put a new coat of paint on the freaking game, and not everything looks the freaking same. So yeah, now this is about to I'm about to nuke him right here. Like, these guys are an instant win button. Them, the Tech Blue Boys, they're instant win buttons, especially if you can build them up first. But for the amount of buildup that I was able to get, so I can kill, I got enough. I got more than enough. Yes, sir. And as you can see, he was supering. He's gonna super in the beginning, and I didn't want any of that. So I was like, yeah, pack him up. So I had to pack this man up post haste. I had to pack him up quick as piss. So Super Ghost Kamikaze attack, and then takes him right where he needs to be, and then, which is a nice tech, which I pretty much kind of figured out on my own. If I didn't kill here and he did get to super, as long as Gogeta and Gotenks, if Gogeta needed to counter and Gotenks needed to just survive the super, which he would have, I would have killed him before he could have hit the STR unit. But as you can see, I didn't have to deal with that. So with all that being said, thank you guys for jumping in, joining in on the video with me, sitting here listening to me ramble, talk about Dragon Ball Daima. Like I said, I had a lot of family things going on, but your boy is back. I'm gonna be back in full swing. I'm gonna be making vids. So I'm gonna catch all of y'all in the next one. Yeet.